What's up, you guys? It's your girl Olandus. You are tuning in to RBAZ, the hot new show in Arizona that's going to introduce to you all the cool people that you need to know, who you need to meet, who you need to collab with. There's so much culture in Arizona, and we're going to introduce you to that and bring that to you. Today, we have a super dope guest. A lot of you guys probably already know this guy. You've probably seen his face on a flyer while you're scrolling on your Facebook or your Instagram. We got Mr. Bowtie with us. Hey, Mr. Bowtie.
How you doing, Kyle?
I'm good. Thanks for coming. I know you're hella busy. So I
yeah.
appreciate you taking the time to come and talk with us, talk to the people, and, let us know, a little bit about yourself and what you bring to this great state.
Well, I would say this, man. They would call me one of the best promoters in Arizona. I say I am one of the best. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of more good people out here, but you know what I'm saying? I just love putting the city on and letting people know Phoenix got something to say and something to show and prove. And we just as good as other cities. We just got to let everybody know what it is. Yeah,
I've been to a few Mr. Bowtie's events, more than a few, let me just say. And they are cracking. Let's show some footage of this.
Shout it out, man. Ringing the brother. Bring your top. Hey, hello, they know, hello, they know, hello, they know, hello, they know. Shout it low, I got flavor. Plus you know the kid got a paper. Like 40, don't save us. Bankhead, been pulling caper. The way he dropped, would've thought I had a taser. Call me street, like a raver. Shout it low, ATL, I'm the mayor. Street nigga, but my gear be Taylor. Every day and then shout it Mike Rock Gator. Millionaire plus, I got acre. Yeah, no more nosy ass neighbor. Big up to all my haters.
So how long have you been doing parties? How long have you been promoting?
Since 1999.
Out here in Arizona or?
Here and other places, but here in Arizona. I started back when the Freaknik days was in, and you know what happened was I was in college and I took my student loan money and I told my cousin, you know what, I want to put some money into you, and because he was a singer, his name is Chris Notes, and I wanted to showcase him, and I was like, you know what, I go to these fraternity parties and it's all dark, and I was like, you know what, I could do this better. And I went out there and I loved meeting people and started grinding. First event I ever did, it was like 10,000 people at a Boys and Girls Club. No, it was 1,000 people at a Boys and Girls Club. And the news and everybody came because it was like, how's all this Freaknik stuff going on in the Boys and Girls Club? But that was just like my first introduction to doing events.
So you did a Freaknik event at the Boys and Girls Club
gym, rented out the gym. You know what I mean? And packed it out.
And people was mad about that?
They was shocked like, how's all this stuff going on? You know what I mean?
At a Boys and Girls Club, but there was no kids there.
No kids. It was like a after hours, you know.
Oh, okay. So, but people were just like, the audacity of you doing it at this type of space.
Yeah, they were just shocked that you could bring 1,000 people to a gym.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it happened to be a Boys and Girls Club, but you know, that was just like my first introduction, and it just felt like, you know what, maybe I got something going on here. And, and then another thing, you know, about opportunities, a lot of people didn't want to give me opportunities. They was already big name promoters that was already doing stuff. So I said, you know what, I'll just make my own way like I always have. And that was the beginning, and we've been going almost 23 years, 24, like 25, I think, somewhere like that. Been nonstop.
Wow.
Yeah.
So was it hard getting started up out here in Arizona?
Yes.
It was?
Yes. Put like this, nobody, if you didn't have a name, nobody wanted to talk to you. You know what I mean? If you wasn't making no moves nowhere, you wasn't connected to nobody wanted to hear you. So, you know, what I did the old school way. You get out there, you go on meal. I think that's what it was back then. And you just meet people, give out the flyers. You know, what happened was my mom got laid off her job after 20-some years. And she was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy you a computer and a printer and all that. So I would stay up all night, print flyers, be at school, in college. printing up flyers. I was on a football scholarship, and in between time, I would just like try to promote parties to the players and everything else. And you know, that was just like the start of my mom investing in me, and you know, just been going outside. That's why you see me doing so many things, because that's the only way I know how to work. Because I don't expect anybody to give me anything. And now everybody want to give me something now, but then you know, it was like you have to
Started
work
from
hard.
the bottom.
Yeah,
Now
that's
we're
the only
here.
key. Yes.
Yeah. So you play football?
Yes, I play college football.
Okay.
For Arkansas State and Phoenix College.
Oh wow. Okay. That's dope. I didn't know you played ball. So once you start getting on, what was the event that got you on? Like the first event out here that people was like,
you know what? I think the first one, like I said, was the little Freaknik party I did, and then when I did, I went to a skating rink in Tempe, and then I did like another party, and it was like big with no skating going on, and I packed that out, and I was like, okay, and then I went, and it was a club out here called the Nile. I don't know if anybody, the Nile Theater. Okay. It was a big. It's still open now, and they would do raves in there, and they would have another club at the bottom, so it was two clubs, and I ain't saying racist, but you know what? At
it was like a black club and a white club type of thing.
It was like this: you're gonna put me at the bottom, and you can bring my people and pay the same money as the people at the top. You know, I was like, you know what? When it comes to things, it's about opportunity. It ain't about trying to have what you want. It's about trying to get in the door. And I used to pack that out, and eventually that turned into something big. And then my first opportunity was from Atlanta. They was called the Young Bloods. This is when they had they first came out, and they was like big. And I took my little money I was making, and I invested and brought them out here. Fortunately, it bombed. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, it wasn't just me. It was a guy named J Love. Shout out to him. He was like, you know, not my protege, but he was working with me. He was like the promoter with me. So, you know, I have to give him credit, man. He was the one that helped me, you know, build a base, you know, of things, whatever. He was young, and, you know, so it was kind of like us together, you know, making it happen. But
how does it feel like to have invested and put your money into this and for it to bomb? Because I don't handle that type of stuff well.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you what bombing and failing did. It lets you know what you're really about, you know. And I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to quit. I wanted to take myself up out of here. I lost so much money. I didn't think I could do it again. I took a break, went back and put it on paper, and I said, you know what, this is what I love to do. So what I did was I started to get into fashion. I've always been in fashion. So I took a break and learned what I was making mistakes on. You know what I'm saying? Not doing stuff what the people want you to do, but do what your heart wants you to do. And then, you know, just trying to find, you know, what is the key things, what's the niche, what is it that people want or whatever. And once I got back in the game in 2010, I did a pool party, a lingerie pool party at a Holiday Inn, a little small one. And
was it just a day thing, or was it the all weekend thing?
It was one time. It was a one-time thing. So what I did was I had charter buses pick people up and take them to the strip club after it was over with. And I think I was able to get 200 people to go to Jaguars. It was just, you know what I'm saying, investing in myself and see if it worked, and it did. You know what I mean? And once that happened, then, you know, I was like, okay, let me try something else. And I just been throwing parties ever since, and I'll go to club owners and they'll give me a shot. And every time I did something, it just worked every time. I think the last time I bombed, you wouldn't even know, because it never even looks like it. But it's just every day is just a constant grind of just keeping consistent. When it goes wrong, you keep your face up, head up, and you just keep going. So that's pretty much what it is. Those events way back then has equated to things that's going on now.
Okay, I heard you say you into fashion. Are you still doing that? You got a clothing line? Are you working on a clothing line?
I dress. I mean, I was a fashion stylist for women. I always been dressing women.
Okay.
So I could dress a woman better than I can dress myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So you know, once I got into that, you know, the economy got bad, and you know that's before Amazon and you know Fashion Nova and all that. So once that came, and it kind of killed the boutique game. So I went back into entertainment.
It did.
Yeah.
It sure did, huh?
Back in 2005, 6, you know, everybody was buying everything, you know, money was accessible. But, you know, when I think the recession came in, you know, everybody had to find a whole nother niche to do. So I went right back to entertainment. One thing people going to do is party. Yeah. Even when you're stressed, you're going to want to get out and do something.
Eat.
Yes. Eating, yes. Eating, party.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So what are some of the events that you do yearly, every year? Because I know I've been to a few of your events that you do every year, but why don't you tell the people the events that you do?
Well, right now I have a Sip and Bowl That's always gonna go down every month. That's once a month, every second Friday of the month. And then I do sip and skate every now and then. And it's
Oh my God, I love sip and skate. That's
Yeah,
my favorite.
yeah.
Please bring it
Yeah,
back.
and sip
I
and
can't
skate is
wait.
I was the only one in the state of Arizona to be able to bring alcohol to a skating rink, to be
Yeah.
allowed that. You know what I mean? Nobody else
It's
has been
dope.
able to do that.
And don't worry, it's not like that, you guys. When you come in, it's real safe. You gotta, you can bring your BYOB at the time. You could bring your alcohol. It has to be in a plastic container. And there's police that you have to sign a waiver saying if you fall or hurt yourself drinking and skating, he ain't accountable.
Right.
The skating ring ain't accountable. So it's like a risk you take if you want to get turned up and get on some skates. That's on you. But a lot of people did, and it's so fun. Like, it was so fun. I can't wait till that comes back.
Yeah, it's like a club and a skate rink all in one.
All
you know
in
what I mean?
one,
You can party in a skating zone, or you go on skates. Either way, it's just adult things.
And what's really cool about that out here in Arizona, different regions, they skate different. Like people in LA, their skate culture, how they skate and their style is different versus down south in the Midwest and the East Coast. So it's really cool out here in Arizona. There's so many, what do they call them, transplants, people from other places that live here. So you see all types of skating. It's just like the movie ATO, but more so mixed up.
Correct.
It's dope. I love it. If you ever get a chance to go to a sip and skate, pull up. You will not be disappointed. Like, seriously.
And then my biggest event that we do every year is called Desert Splash.
I've been to Desert Splash.
I'm on this year will be my 10th year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You know what I mean? Except COVID, it really would have been my 11th, but it's my 10th. And what that is, it's like the biggest weekend staycation in Arizona, where, we might have different, it might be a comedy show, it might be all kind of different events starting on Friday, and then Saturday is always a pool party, and then it's always a lingerie party, and usually a celebrity is involved, so we bring somebody out to, accommodate that weekend. So that's one of the biggest events that I've been doing, and it's been great for years coming. It's gonna keep continuing, you know what I mean? So
yeah, I've been to 2 of them. Why don't we show some footage from a Desert Splash just so you guys can get the idea how cracking it is out there, because I've been twice. Look at this footage.
Hey, you probably can't hear this, but I'm a Miss Bishop. This is last one.
Desert Splash is so lit. Like,
Thank you.
I had a good time. I had a good time both times that I went. So super fun. I know you do the cruises too, right?
Yeah, I do the all white boat cruise every year around September. You know, and I think that was my it's been my 4th year doing it. So it's been great. It's always sold out every year. So, you know, we just stay busy. You know what I mean? The only way to be, you know, to be successful is be consistent. You know what I mean? And it's for the people, man. It's not about, you know, how much it costs us. It's not about the money. It's not about. It's just about, you know, helping create a culture in the city of Phoenix. You know what I mean? Because you always hear it all the time. We ain't got none. So I always say, make some culture. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you helping be a part of it, then other people can, you know, set the bar. When you set the bar so high, other people can say, hey, you know, I can do that too. So that's what we pretty much trying to do and stay consistent with. Is how
Right.
we going.
And you've been doing it, man, because, I mean,
Yeah. Hey,
every weekend, I know
Yeah.
people pulling up to a Mr. Bowtie event.
Man, I credit Master P. He was definitely my inspiration. You know, when he first started, he had 1 million, you know, albums out, 1 million things, and you know what I mean. That's how he put himself on. So it's the same thing. You know what I mean. If God opens up a door, you make time, you can make it happen. You know, so that's what it is.
Are there any other things that you plan on doing or got your mindset on or anything?
You know what?
people look
I
for?
wanna like do stuff for, you know, battered women, and I want to do stuff for like a lot of philanthropy. Like just if I make enough money to, you know, get a foundation, you know, one for cancer for my mom. You know what I mean? I got a lot more things to do. Entertainment is just a starting level for other big things to come. You know what I mean?
Right, so you're going to do like more things for the community, nonprofit organizations and stuff like that.
Yeah, you got to. You know what I mean? You got to. There's young kids out there, you know what I'm saying, that really need opportunities like this, and they need to be educated in school other than gang banging and, you know, hustling and everything else. You can hustle legit and make the same opportunity. It might be a little slower, but at the end of the day, it's less stressful.
Right. I heard you say you wanted to do something for battered women. Is there a reason why?
You know
did
what?
you have like an experience or something that made you?
I just see a lot of stuff. I see a lot of things that women go through. You know what I mean? You know, my mom was a single mom, you know what I mean? And I've been a latchkey kid since I was 5. I've been, you know, taking care of myself for a long, long time. So I just see how hard, you know, a lot of women, you know, go through being, whether you're single, you know, have multiple kids or one kid or whatever. I just always wanted to do something that would make my mom proud, even in death. Even though she's not here, I always just want to do something to just keep giving back. So if she was here, she would be like, you know what, that's what I want you to do. So, you know, that's my future goal.
Right. I saw you, you just recently did a pink cancer awareness party for.
Yes.
Is that your first one?
That's actually my 3rd. First one I did for my friend. I mean, it might have been 2013. She had terminal cancer. She was only like 30 years old. And, you know, I was able like to send her to Hawaii and, you know what I mean, do something great for her before she left. And I was like, man, that was great, me and my little sister. And then I did a Pink Diamond cancer awareness like hair fashion show, I think maybe like 2017. With Diamond from California. Shout out to Diamond. And then this one, it had been a while, and I was like, you know what? I need to do something that I can do continuously. And I think, you know, this pink party was great. It was a success. And, you know, I think my mom was proud of me. And, you know, I had the support and the help from, you know, my team, you know what I mean, made it work. So, yeah, that's something like cancer is very, very dear to me. You know what I mean? I've lost a lot of people. Behind
To cancer.
Yes, a lot.
Yeah.
So that's something we want to continue to work towards, and hopefully it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and get more people involved.
Right.
You know what I mean, to help with that.
We're going to go back to like you and the party promoting thing.
Okay.
When you throw your events and things like that, and you have a big success, and let's say there's people that's reaching out to you and they want to do events and they want to do, you know, a party with you. Do you get a lot of people that just bullshit and they say they want to do something with you, but really they expect it like to be all on you and they just want to attach their name to it? Do you deal with that a lot?
So I'm going to tell you the truth. This is how it is in the real world. You know, some people do things for fun and some people do it for funds. And if you're running like a business, then it's going to deal with a business. If you're running like a hood business, then you're going to get thing. So I look at it as like, if I went to a job and I say I'm this person, they're going to be like, okay, well, what's your resume? Because then now they're just giving me money to be on the job, and I don't even know what I'm doing.
Right,
So
right.
usually when people want to work with me, I have to
Ask
sit.
for a resume.
I have to like see what are you doing, what you trying to do. You know what I mean? Because I take this serious, and the people that I'm with take it serious. So if I don't feel, it's not that I don't feel you at the same level, but it's like I always tell myself, can I go to Jay-Z and say, hey, can I throw a party for you? Or let me put on a resume and make him think about, like, maybe who's this little young dude or, guy that, I should maybe let throw a party. So that's really what I do. I try to vet people to see what it is, or say, hey, you know what, maybe we could do something small together. I'm all open for helping. Or if I can't do it, I'll get some people to work together and I'll co-sign it.
Yeah,
You know what
like
I mean?
build some bridges.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not
Reuniting and building.
man, it's enough room for all of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It is. And
it
people don't
is.
understand that. There's no reason to hate. I just, it's so much negativity. People want people to go against each other, and there's no reason for it, because at the end of the day, we all still got to put in the work.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if you're gonna be partners, then partners need to put in 100%. And if
Right.
you're not putting in 100% together, then something's not right with that page.
Right.
You know what I mean? So. Yeah, every day my inbox is filled up with let's do this, let's do
a
that.
party, let's do a party.
And sometimes I try and it don't work out, and sometimes I do and it may work out. You know what I mean? So I always tell them, man, don't do it about the money. Don't never go into it trying to like make a whole bunch of money. Go in it for being successful and longevity. You know what I mean? And that's where the money will come. You know what I mean? So.
Have you done any parties with any promoters that have been a success out here?
Yeah, I mean, like shout out to D Murray. I've done something with D Murray a long time ago. I did something with who else? I with Liquid and Sherman. We did Michael's. I done touched so many like let's say venues. Let's just say venues. I done made a lot of venues money that normally nobody would know nothing about. You know what I mean? If you name it, I probably done touched it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So. It's just been it's been a long journey, but I'm still not even at my highest level. I'm still like halfway there. You know what I mean? So I just like taking nothing and turning it into something.
Right. Do you plan on doing any concerts, like getting into like the festivals and the?
Yes. You know what I mean? It's just getting the right time, the right situation, and making sure the money right. You know what I mean? And once that happens, because again, this being a promoter, the fail rate is like 80%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you go in there thinking what you think it is, but you got to do the research and study what it should be. You know what I mean? Think about other people's wallets. Think about other people's perception. Everybody don't think the same. You know what I mean? Some people might just like ratchet. Some people like grown folk stuff. You know what I mean? You know what? A person I got to give a shout out. I got to give a shout out to the American Legion. Let me tell you why. Because that's a place that nobody would really ever thought about touching. They have a mentality of, but it's a new regime. And when I've been there, it's been no problems, no major anything, and it's been successful, and it's just proof that you can take anything and make it be whatever you want it to be. You know what I mean? Just like when you get your own apartment, you know what I mean? Whether it's in the hood, if you make it nice, that's your apartment. When people come to visit, they're going to be shocked. But if you keep it hood, then they ain't going to expect nothing. So, always put some energy into anything that you do.
It's funny. I was just talking to... I was out at my auntie's out in Phoenix, and she's from Arizona. There was like a lot of people. They were talking about the Legion, and I was like, "Oh, I've been on Sundays for Vaughn, he sings."
Yeah.
And they was like, "The Legion, like don't go." I'm like, "It is not like that." I said, "Maybe it was like that back in the day when y'all was going or whatever." But now the Legion is super vibes. The food is delicious. Shout out to the Legion. What is it, post 65? Yeah, post 65.
We call it Black Central. If you ain't from here and you looking for where black folks is, the Legion is going to be it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just make sure if you feeling comfortable, come on a Bowtie night. You'll always be impressed.
Yeah. I would have to say there's not many places that I've been to out here in Arizona where it's that vibe, that kind of food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All of it, the bartenders, the aesthetics, the music, even like the live band, nice black band,
You know what I have to say, it's really hard for us because a lot of people won't let you use their venues. So it's not so much about, there's no places to go. It's who owns them. We have to start taking ownership or creating our own venues or, people don't see the behind the scenes part of this business.
Right.
And the behind the scenes part is
ugly and racist especially in Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah, people try to understand, like, why don't black people got nothing in Scottsdale? Because they don't want our kind there.
Yeah.
It feels like a lot of times because you hear so many, every time a black club or business opens, they're not up long because.
Yeah, and they don't believe. They believe that you just all talk, because a lot of people are all talk. You know what I mean? So you got to go in there with your resume. Because remember, resume ain't just for us. It's for them too. You know what I mean? And when you go in there and say, hey, this is what I've done. This is what blah, blah, blah. Then, the purpose is, I'm going to make you money. Don't worry about how much money I'm going to make. I'm taking a risk. My job is to, create a relationship with you. So, I just believe in giving free game. It's all about what you do with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I said, it's not easy being a promoter because, things could go left. It's more than just a flyer and, a video. You know what I mean? You got to make sure these are your clients. All these, every person that pays a ticket is an investor, and you want to make sure that they get a great time off their investment.
Right.
Or they'll let you know. They'll stop messing with you. You know what I mean? So that's why we go hard and try to, make sure everybody has a good time.
Yeah, you do. You do. Because I know even when there's been times, where you see some stuff might get caught up or whatever, a little bit of drama, you shut it right down. So
respect is everywhere, in every country, every language. It's just you got to treat people right. You know what I mean? And even some people may feel they might be out of pocket. Hey, you just pull them to the side, say, hey man, this ain't the place for it, or miss, it ain't that serious. You can do on another day. You came to have a good time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So and a lot of people respect me. And I respect them, so that's why I've been very blessed.
Yeah, and that's why RBAZ show wanted to bring you on here, Mr. Bowtie. We want to give you your flowers.
I appreciate
We be
that.
seeing what you're doing. We know what you do. We see what you do. You putting in the work. You're consistent. You're staying consistent. Consistency is key. And you're bringing the culture to Arizona. We appreciate that. We gift all of our visitors an R&B shirt.
Oh, that's what's
Reuniting and building. That's what we do for our community. That's what we're doing for the state of Arizona. That's what you're doing. So thank you for coming to the show. We will see you soon at one of the events. Why don't you tell the people what's coming up next, where they could see you, where they could follow you, drop your handles.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you, Kai and Tracy. You know what I mean, for having me on here. I don't get a chance to do too many interviews because I'm so busy. But when y'all called, I had to make sure that I make it happen. I believe in y'all, and I wish the best for all y'all. And I know in the years to come, it's gonna be. I can say I was here. I got a big, huge New Year's Eve party just to cap off the rest of the 2023, and then we got Sip and Bowl again for the ugly sweater. So that's just what's left. And then 2024, just get ready because it's gonna be big.
Just get ready for 2024.
Yes.
Here's all his handles here. You guys follow him on Facebook, on Instagram.
Yeah.
Keep up so you can know where all the hot dope parties are. And you heard what's going on for the rest of the year, and be ready for 2024.